Happy Easter Sunday to those of you who celebrate and mark this religious festival. Welcome to episode 3, series 1 of RoopaVyas-Smith does coffee chai chat, or quite simply, #RVS does #CCC. The topic today is around faith, philosophical, spiritual and religious belief. And quite apt given the fact that we are on the Easter bank holiday weekend. Yet another religious day in our COVID calendar, if for want of a better term, that may not have been celebrated in a way that many would have hoped for, would have celebrated in the past. And that got me thinking about other faiths who have also been unable to celebrate their special days over the last 12 months or so. It's been tough, of course, but we try and stay encouraged and positive around the progress with vaccines and the roadmap. We hope this will take us through what has been a difficult time for many, to a time where we can manage COVID within our communities as we do other illnesses. I'm someone really fascinated by people and culture and how different nations and nationalities celebrate. And I thought it would be wonderful to hear from a variety of different people about their faiths, how they would describe their belief, and whether and how the expression of their faith has been different during COVID times. Also, any reason or reasons they may consider or think about that may be around divisions between people of different faiths. So I'm experimenting with different formats and ways to present a YouTube show. So I thought I'd mix it up a bit and make it slightly different from the previous 2 formats. So next you'll be hearing and seeing, again, unedited conversations with 7 people of different faiths and beliefs. They have very kindly recorded this themselves. They've sent it to me. And my fabulous friend Maria has put all the clips together, including my clip as the beginning introduction. And I will also say a couple of words at the end to say thank you. So please do enjoy and explore and think about and reflect what you see over the next 30 to 35 minutes. And feel free, of course, to share, comment and subscribe to my YouTube channel. So I shall leave you now to hear from 7 really wonderful people about their thoughts on faith. See you again very soon.
I'm Andree Frieze. I'm Jewish, specifically liberal Jewish, and I'm a member of Kingston Liberal Synagogue in southwest London. And in terms of my expression of my beliefs during COVID times, I would say that moving our services and activities online has lessened my connection with my synagogue, and particularly around services, because that's not something I was big on doing anyway, but I would go because it was part of other activities on. But that's something I've definitely done less, although at the same time our synagogue has been really good at moving lots of events online, so I've got more involved in some of the cultural activities a bit more, including we do monthly cook-alongs now, which are good fun, and we do different recipes from different countries and explore that, and that's a good way to meet up with our community. I suppose the big thing that we haven't been able to do in the same way for the last 12 months are our what we call our big festivals, specifically High Holy Days, which is in September and October, called Sukkot, Yom Kippur and Rosh Hashanah. And then we have Passover, which we've just celebrated now, which tends to happen around March and April. Passover is when we sit and we read the Haggadah, tell the story of the Jews escaping slavery in Egypt, and we have a special, it's called Seder, and we have special foods that we eat and special prayers. That is normally a big family activity and you have lots of friends around, and that, of course, for the 2nd year running we haven't been able to do. That has been really difficult. I would say though Yom Kippur is probably the biggest one, because that is the holiest day in the Jewish calendar, when we come together for a day of fasting and a day of prayer, asking forgiveness and for contrition and basically saying what we've done wrong over the past year and asking for forgiveness, and that it happens in synagogue, and you're basically in synagogue pretty much all day and the night before, and you're fasting, and it becomes a very spiritual and communal activity. And that is definitely something that I know I've missed, particularly as you also remember the people who've passed away during the last year, which for me was my mother, who passed away from COVID in April last year. So those markers, those big events are ones that we have definitely missed as part of the whole issue, communal issue of mourning as well. That is something that I've definitely noticed the lack of. And then I guess the last question that we're answering today, I'm just going to scroll up, is reasons for divisions between people of different faiths. I would say that with regard to the division between Christianity and Judaism, I think it actually goes back to the founding of Christianity. Jesus was a Jew, and his teachings were originally about tackling the problems he saw with Judaism. And the thing is, when his followers went forward and created Christianity, what often happens is that when you turn away from something to go towards something, you're in the process of rejecting where you came from. You highlight the differences, you highlight what you see as the negative points, and you focus on the positive issues of your new religion or your new whatever it is, your new system of doing things. So there is always a sense of rejection and very negative connotations about where you came from. And I think we now have a millennia long issue of division between Christians and Jews, of basically Christians turned against Jews because that's where they came from. And that is one of the fundamental issues, and partly why I think anti-Semitism has grown up. There's a really good book that I've been reading called Jewish Pride by Benjamin Freeman, which I would recommend anyone interested in the history of anti-Semitism, or basically the history of the Western world in terms of Judeo-Christian religion, to read it, because it has some very interesting insights as to how the two faiths have grown up or grown apart or turned against each other in the last 2,000 years. Thank you very much. Bye.
Good morning. I'm Aruna, Jani, and naturally born in a Hindu family. So spirituality came through me from day one when I was born. I was not pressurized for any spirituality beliefs. I just came with me when I saw my mom and dad doing everything for the family, for love, faith, and humanity. That is what I think it describes me. Everything has become bigger since COVID, sort of praying more and more every day for everybody all over the world, sending them vibrations through my meditation and prayers to tell Almighty to look after them and no loss in the family all over the world. But this COVID has really taken over. But I was and still very sympathetic with everybody all over me and around me. Yes, I've missed all religious gatherings with family and friends, missing going to the temple early in the morning, doing all the voluntary work, cleaning the temple, helping the people there, cooking food for the people at the temple and around them. But I've not stopped that. I've still been doing cooking for homeless people in our area, and making food and distributing for them, for the people in the shelters and in the hospital also. Not only me, but my family friends have distributed Easter eggs to the old and children department at the hospital. I do not believe in any divisions. I do believe in helping people, each other all over the world, no caste, no creed. And this is what I am as Aruna Jani. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Daniel and I am Muslim. I've been Muslim for about 12 years, since I was 19. And yeah, that's me. The expression of my beliefs has definitely been different during COVID-19 times. And I think one of the major differences has been the closure of the mosques. Mosques are the center of the Muslim community. They are a place where people can worship places where people can just meet up socially. They can be a sanctuary for people, and they're a place of comfort. They're a place where you can kind of get away from the stresses of a 9 to 5 or your working life or any other stresses that you might have, and just the serenity and the calmness of sitting in a mosque can be really important. And obviously they are open for the 5 daily prayers, and so a lot of people will go to the Friday prayer. A lot of people will go to each of the 5 daily prayers in the mosque. Myself, when I was working in the office, I'd go on my lunch break, and it'd be kind of a nice break away from the 9 to 5 life to kind of connect myself to something higher, and that's something that I have missed over the past year, where when myself and my wife have been to mosques since, it's been quite emotional. It's been like, oh, it's just nice to be in that environment, even if we're the only people there, or there's only a couple people there. It has been really nice. Or similarly, when we went to an Eid prayer last year in a park, and obviously the Imam is leading the prayer, and that was the first time in months where I hadn't led the prayer, because I lead the prayer at home, and that was nice as well. That was quite emotional, in that it was just nice being part of the community again. The thing that I think I've missed, and a lot of people missed, was that feeling of community during Ramadan. Ramadan is a really communal time. It's a time when people get together to eat together, whether they're at the mosque, whether they're at a friend's home or a family member's home, or they go to a restaurant. The restaurants are packed in Ramadan. Like, everywhere's packed, but restaurants get like fully booked in Ramadan. That sense of community in Ramadan can really help people who might be struggling with it. Fasting 16, 17 hours a day for 29 or 30 days can be hard. Like, it can be hard. Knowing that you're going to break fast with a friend or a family member, or in the mosque, or that you're going to the mosque, to pray, and the people that are around you are going through similar circumstances, can really help you get through it. So a Ramadan at home last year was really strange. It was really strange and really different. And, I think a lot of people missed that communal feeling. And the last 10 nights of Ramadan are really important. We believe that the Quran was revealed on one of those last 10 nights, and then the night that the Quran was revealed is a very special night that's worth, like, the worship that you do in that night is worth 1,000 months. So it's as if you've been doing it for 1,000 months. So as a result, the mosque will stay open throughout the night, and people will stay in there praying throughout the night, and some people will even stay in the mosque for the whole of the last 10 days. So they'll sleep in the mosque, and then they'll come out at the end of it when it's Eid. And I'd booked time off last year. It's the first time in about 6 or 7 years that I've been able to book time off to kind of spend the time in the mosque in the last 10 nights of Ramadan. And then this happened. And so that was actually really sad, because I was just like, I've been waiting for this for so long, and then this happened. And obviously you can still pray at home, and we did pray at home, and and we put like a nice lamp on, and we put some incense type stuff on to make it smell nice. But it is different. It is different, it's just that sense of community and that was missed, and it's we'll see how this Ramadan is as well. But I imagine by next year or the year after, hopefully Ramadan will be back to normal. I think that one of the reasons for divisions is that we just need to interact more and understand each other more. And I think people of different faiths can kind of get caught up in what is said in the media or what they see on social media, and kind of then take that idea and kind of say, oh, everyone is like this. And that's not true. I think we just need to interact and understand each other more and listen to each other. I think listening is really important.
Hi, my name's Jacqueline. I describe myself as a child of God who happens to be spiritual. In my opinion, we all worshipping the same God. No matter what different names we use for him, we are all worshipping the same God. So I tend to say I'm a child of God to people. And if they want me to be a bit more specific, I do say I follow the Christian faith to some degree. My expression of my faith hasn't changed throughout the past year of COVID. I have been more fortunate than some. If anything, I've used my faith throughout the past difficult year. I'm a living carer, so I've been isolating with my client who is on the high spectrum of high risk, vulnerable. I mean, she's 96. So I have to be extremely careful on how I conducted myself in the past year. So what I have missed is not being able to go to church, but then my job makes it difficult for me to go to church. So I've had to find a church online to worship. So in the past difficult year, I've used my faith a lot more to get me through the troubling times. Yes, what have I missed because of it? Being with people in a church. There's a great feeling of worshiping with others around, but seeing that we're not able to do that, as much as you're going to find something online to help you with your worship, maybe a Zoom church or whatever it may be, it still isn't the same as being physically in a church. So yes, I have missed doing that. Yeah, my job doesn't permit me to do that every Sunday, but I would like the option of being able to do it, to go to church on a Sunday. Like now, Easter's coming up. I would really like to go and sit in a church and worship with other people, but I can't do that. So it'll be a case of finding something online or just turning to my Bible. The difference... The difference between people of different faiths is, yes, we use different names for our gods, and there are different things within each religion that the person of whatever religion will follow. But when you sit down and talk to people and realize that actually you're not any different in your beliefs where God is concerned. There may be different rules. Some people don't eat pork because of their religion. Some people don't drink alcohol because of their religion. But the fundamental foundations of religion are basically not really different. It's just that man interprets it differently to each other. And you will find that in all faith. You know, I could be sitting talking to somebody of a Christian faith, and they will have a different slant on what a particular subject is. So, you know, I think that's what makes us all so different and unique, is that we have a different understanding of our God. For me, as long as I show my worship and love for my God, it doesn't really matter what somebody else's slant on it is. It is what I believe. And I always say to people, it's between me and my God as it is between you and your God. So how you take things from your religion is a personal thing. Anyway, I hope that's helped, Rupa. Thanks.
Hi, my name is Jamal. My philosophical beliefs are that we're basically on this planet to help each other, and the obstacles and challenges we're going through life, and they're basically there to help us and to move forward and let us see things from different viewpoints. And I believe the divisions that are here now are sometimes created by the media, by looking at keeping people separate rather than looking at people as one, as units.
My name is Killian, Enjuba. I'm a Christian, Catholic by denomination. I'm a Catholic, and I'm a practicing Catholic, and I strongly believe in my faith and my belief. I believe that there is an Almighty God who created heaven and earth, and I believe that He should be worshipped. And I take my religious practice very seriously, and always try to align myself with those things that are instructed by my religion and denomination and the Bible in the practice of God and in worshiping the Almighty Creator. Yes, of course, the expression of my faith has been very different during the COVID-19 times, a period. Yeah, because everything drastically changed, especially because of the social isolation and the restrictions and protocols in place during this period. People were not allowed to go to church for a long period of time, people did not go to church, and yes, it greatly affected me as a practicing Catholic, because I needed to go to church to pray and also to meet and congregate with other faithfuls, and to attend Mass. So it really affected. And of course, when eventually the restriction was relaxed, there were a lot of protocols that are required, which greatly limited the number of people that could be allowed into the church and how the services were carried out. Yeah, it did. Yeah, of course, what I missed most was physically attending Masses. Yeah, because Masses is very important to a practicing Catholic, and of course to other Christian denominations. They also attend services on Sundays and other days of the week. So for me not to be able to attend Masses during that period and to receive the Holy Communion and the wine, so it greatly affected me as a Christian, as a Catholic, so that's what I missed most. I would say that it is quite unnecessary to have divisions among the different religions. It baffles me why people should not understand that it's uncalled for. And part of the reason why you have such divisions is due to lack of understanding and tolerance. People should understand that everyone has got that liberty, to practice whatever religion they want to practice. The people should respect everyone's decision to practice whatever religion, and they should be able to tolerate each other. it does not matter. It does not matter much whether that person is a Muslim, is a Christian, is a Hindu, is a Jewish. It does not matter. Or even the person does not believe in any religion. I strongly believe that faith leaders, priest and imam and rabbi, should be able to educate their followers, the worshippers and members of their religion, that violence and intolerance is not acceptable in religion. Every religious sect or organization preaches against certain crime, what we call crime, like killing, like rape, unnecessary destruction of other people's property, violence. All those things are abhorred by all the religion. So there shouldn't be any different at all, and people should be able to commune happily together and be able to live together in one society and still be able to practice their different religions.
Hello, I am Sebastian Stack. I am 10 years old and I will be answering some questions for RoopaVyas-Smith. How would you describe your faith and what resonates best with you? I am Catholic. I am baptized and I have received Holy Communion. What resonates best with me are things like kindness and understanding how other people feel. For example, having fun with your family and friends and making them laugh, especially when they are feeling sad and down. And caring for the environment are all important things for me. Has the expression of your beliefs been different during COVID times? If so, could you give an example? In my school, we pray at the start of school and before we go home. I don't usually do that at home, but I know I can pray where I want and when I want to. Have you missed anything around your faith that you haven't been able to do in the past 12 months? I miss going to school mass and the gathering of my friends afterwards. I miss spending and celebrating special days like Christmas Day, birthdays with my family and friends at home, having fun and having them over. If you had to think of one or two reasons for divisions between people of different faiths, what would you say they are? I don't have any divisions for people with different faiths, so I don't understand why other would. Thank you.
Wow. That was an incredibly thought-provoking 35 minutes from 7 really wonderful people who have shared some of their experiences in a very short amount of time. I want to say a huge thank you to Andree, Aruna, my animasi, Daniel, Jacqueline, Jamal, Killian, and of course our youngest contributor, Seb. Also a huge thank you again to Maria for putting this together. Please do subscribe, comment, like and share this video, and this will be one of a number of discussions that I'm sure will continue around this topic area. So I look forward to seeing you again very soon, and meanwhile, enjoy the rest of your evening and happy Bank Holiday Monday, Easter Monday to you all. Best wishes. Bye-bye.